Here's the Phoenix Metro Valley real estate market update for second quarter of 2022, and we'll just throw in July as a bonus for information. Those of you that like to know where we are in our market, this is some great information just for you. We talk about affordability in the Phoenix Metro Valley, and what is an affordable home? When we talk about affordability, we're talking about a house that's about 1,500 square feet to 1,800 square feet in a price range or household income of about $88,800 per year. That is what we today consider an affordable home for our mainstream. How many of those homes that we sold in this last quarter were affordable? A little over 22% of the homes sold. And here's what we've got. 62% of the homes that were sold in the Phoenix Metro Valley were owner occupied. What does that mean? We've gone slightly down from what it used to be. Know that on an average, we would like to see that number in the US about 70% and also in our valley. Now, what have we seen in the second home market? These are individuals that are snowbirds, people that are using our community, our neighborhoods as a second home, either for the winter or just an extra home when they want to come here and have some fun. That has pulled back a little bit. Also, we have seen investors pulling back from the market as well in the second quarter. Also, an interesting fact is flipping. These are individuals that buy a home, modernize it slightly, and then put it right back on the market and sell it within 30, 60 days. Those have declined as well as of March. We've seen a dramatic drop. What about the builders of new homes? We've seen an interesting phenomena. A lot of the builders have stopped or slowed down the new construction coming up. Why, you ask? And the reason is because a lot of the people that were buying homes and were being built, as they are being finished, they're canceling their contracts. What that means is that new home builders are seeing what we call spec homes. These are homes that are built that somebody else ordered, but then canceled the contract, and now those are available to you as a buyer to purchase. We have seen that inventory dramatically increase. So right now, if you're looking for a brand new home that's never been lived in, you have a lot of choices. So what does that mean for our market? We've gone from 2 years ago to last year, from a frenzy to super hot to very hot to right now we are a warm market. What we saw before, about first quarter of last year, we saw that the homes were averaging about 7 days on the market, average, all aspects, all prices. Today, we are seeing 25 days on market. So that number has increased. One more interesting fact is that 23% of the listings had price reductions. Yes, we are seeing price reductions now. What is the median price reduction that we're seeing? Meaning from zero to the highest number, we are at $13,000 price reductions on the home. Yes, so that means that we are seeing listing prices go down. That does not mean that the value of the home is going down. Keep in mind that if you bought a house in January of this year, 2022, the value of your home between January 1st and now is about 23%. That is a dramatic increase, and keep in mind that the last year we went up over 30%, and the year before we went another 30%. That's bonkers. What does that mean? That means that we cannot sustain that kind of appreciation on the homes right now. Otherwise, you or I or anybody buying a home will become to a point that you can no longer afford it. Nevertheless, what we are seeing is, yes, the prices that are being listed for less, but the original value of the home that was purchased is still lower than what we listed it for. So there is still some equity on homes. We are not seeing short sales right now. There's a tremendous gap between the value of the home and the list prices. Why are we seeing the impact on the slowdown on purchasing homes, you ask? Well, a lot of it has to do with interest rates. Interest rates were significantly low the first quarter and before, to the point that almost money was free. We were seeing 2.5%, 2.75% interest rates. That's phenomenal. However, today we are running at about 5.22%. Nevertheless, about a week or two ago, we kissed again the 4.99. So yes, we went below 5%. What happens is buyers, those of you and us that are looking for a home, when we were at 5% interest rates, we stopped. We freaked out. Just like we saw in gas prices, when the price of a gallon of gas was $5, we went into panic. Now it goes down to $4, we're okay. Same thing with interest rates. We went up over 5, we panicked and we stopped and we decided not to buy. Nevertheless, according to psychologists, if you want to call it that, it takes about 45 days to 60 days for buyers, us buyers, to settle in that the new interest rates is our new reality. So welcome to our reality of our interest rates. Right now we're at 5.22, which is still very healthy if you want to compare us to 1980s when we were in the 14 to 18% interest rates. We do have great interest rates, so people are starting to come back out. What we are seeing is that even though we're at 5.22, they're slightly dropping. We are seeing some changes in the seller market. What we are seeing is, yes, sellers are giving concessions now. Well, what is a concession, you ask? Here's your answer. A concession is anything that the seller will support the buyer with when it comes to buying the home. Example, closing costs, buying down rates, a home warranty, furniture, whatever you decide that you as a buyer need support on to move forward with that contract, and you need it from the seller to be able to make this deal happen, that is a concession. What we are seeing is, yes, supply for the last 5 weeks was going up dramatically. However, we are seeing now a slight reduction in supply going up. The beautiful part is that as supply coming into the market, new homes coming into the market is slowing down, demand is starting to pick up. We saw a phenomena that as demand was dropping and supply was increasing, that the point where those two meet, we are at a balanced market. Keep in mind that between the supply demand and the supply are still not meeting yet. That means that we still have some room to grow in price and in demand. Because of that, we foresee and we know for a fact that in the Phoenix Metro Valley, to get to a very balanced market, meaning enough supply, enough demand are the same, we need over 100,000 properties to be put into our market. We don't have them. What we did see is buyers were in shock. They stopped moving forward to the point that they froze and nobody was putting in contracts on any of our homes. Nevertheless, we are seeing buyers starting to put their toes back in the pond, start diving in and start looking at homes. The beautiful part for buyers is that there's 17,000 homes out there to look at. Yes, I still get calls, Fred, we're going into a crash, we're going into the 2007 market. Let me rephrase. In 2007, we had 57,000 homes in inventory, 57,000 homes for sale. And every month we were closing only 4,000 of them. That's a lot of inventory and very little closings. Today, second quarter and in August of 2022, we have 17,000 homes in inventory and we are closing approximately 8,000 homes per month. Big difference from 2007 to 2022. The point is that the math does not equate a crash. If you are a seller, yes, you can still put your home on the market, and yes, you still have equity, and yes, it will sell. However, it will sell at what a normal market is. That means it can last in the market between 30 to 60 days before it actually goes under contract. And for buyers, yes, there's a lot of supply for you to look at. However, keep in mind, the longer you wait, you are risking the change in interest rates. So if you know today that at a 5.22, you may afford, example, a $400,000 house, if that rate goes up, you may afford less than $400,000. So there are pros and cons in making those decisions. And if you're thinking of being a renter, rent prices are continuing to rise. So know that as rent rises, rates are also rising, and then we are seeing a slight reduction in listing prices of homes. So hopefully this will help you make a decision as to which direction you go, and know that I and the Fred Delgado team are always here to answer all your questions. Feel free to send us a message or make sure you DM me so that I can make sure that I give you any information that you require to make an educated decision. Thank you. Have a great one.